Hey y'all, I have been doing my YouTube channel for 17 days now, and I've received a lot of questions, comments, and concerns. So if you want to hear my responses to those, keep watching. Okay, so as I stated, I've received lots of questions, comments, concerns. I've had numerous conversations, and I wanted to just address some of those questions. So we'll just jump right into it. So the first question that I received, or one of the first questions that I received was, how do you navigate your busy schedule and family time? This is a challenge for many parents. Well, honestly, I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to make sure that I'm having me time, time for just myself and my husband, time for all of us together, time for the girls individually. I've mentioned before that I work 7 days on and 7 days off. So on those 7 days that I work overnight. So my husband, I can honestly say, is my biggest source, biggest relief, biggest help. He is the way that I am able to navigate that time, my family time, with our busy schedules. He, on those 7 days that I work, he cooks, he cleans, laundry, bathing the 2-year-old. He does it all. You know, once I wake up, I try to pick up the slack wherever it is, something that he hasn't done. But for the most part, my husband does it all on those 7 days that I work. And then of course, on the 7 days that I'm off, I do everything because then he goes to work. So thank God that he has a job that will allow him to say, hey, I'm gonna have to work 1 week on and 1 week off to kind of coincide with my wife's schedule. So my biggest way of navigating our busy schedule, I can honestly say, is my husband. I thank God for him and us being able to be, a team player. He's being a team player and us being able to be a team. So that's truly how we get through this busy schedule. And of course, we do things like I try to meal prep every other week. I'll try to meal prep on a Sunday, although it never works because our kids are extremely picky and hardly ever eat everything that I cook. So the meal prep is mostly just for me and my husband, but try to meal prep and then try to be intentional. That's one of the things that I try to keep at the forefront of my mind because it's so easy for me to withdraw. Just trying to make sure that I be intentional about, okay, have I told them that I love them today? Have I given them a hug today? Have I given anybody a kiss today? Those things may come extremely easy for parents, but for me, it doesn't come easy. I struggle to make sure that I am being affectionate every day. So keeping it at the forefront of my mind, being intentional about, okay, Kelly, you haven't hugged or kissed your husband today. Do that. You haven't hugged your child. Go in Christian's room or Ania's room and hug them, kiss them, let them know that you love them. And it's a struggle. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still trying to get that all together because I don't have it all together. So that's why I said we're going through this step by step. I'm taking you through my journey, not telling you once I have completed the journey. So it's still a work in progress, but being intentional, like we painted with Christian a few days ago, and I had to work, but Nia was asleep, and it was an opportunity for me, my husband, and Christian to get together and just paint. My painting came out better than theirs, but we did it and it was fun. It was therapeutic too. I think I may have painted maybe one time before, but it was really therapeutic. It's something that I will do again, and Christian does it all the time, but it's something that I will do again, but being intentional about that. So overall, my husband is my biggest support, and that is how I am truly able to navigate my schedule as well as his schedule with the kids. And then just being intentional about making sure we're spending time with each other. And again, like I said, it's a work in progress. All right, so the second question that I have that I'm going to respond to is, why is it that some people / family members think when you share with them that you are stressed and depressed, the response is, girl, you'll be all right. But in actuality, you won't be until you get help. And again, this is my opinion, and my opinions only. But in its simplest form, they give those types of responses because they can't see it. You can't see a mental disorder. It's within that person. So if you can't see it, or if they can't see it, then they can't believe it. And if they can't believe it or won't believe it, they can't give you sound advice on it. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So for instance, let's take God. People can't see God. Even though he's the nucleus of it all, they can't see God, so they won't believe in God. And therefore, they cannot give you sound advice on anything that deals with God because they can't see it. If you tell those same people that you have cancer, and again, this is only an example. If you tell those same people that you have cancer, I can guarantee you within a matter of minutes, you'll be on an operating room table. You'll be receiving chemotherapy, any type of drugs that you can get. They'll be 100% on it, trying to help you to make sure that you can get the treatment that you need to cure the cancer. Why? Because they can physically see your body deteriorating from cancer. They can see you getting smaller. They can see you sick, nauseous, and vomiting. They can see those things, the loss of hair. They can see those things. They can't see a mental disorder. You tell somebody you're depressed, you feel sad, you feel alone. They're like, oh, okay. They can't see it, so they really are not in tune with you. They can't relate with you unless they've already been through it. They can't relate with you. They don't know. They don't know. They really cannot see it, and therefore they can't believe it. Another thing is just pretty much overall, people have a misconception about mental health. A lot of times they think it's just something we're just pulling out of our mind, or it's something that we just want to say. Nobody chooses to feel depressed. Nobody chooses to be agitated all the time. Nobody chooses to have schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. We don't choose that. That's not something you want to do. That's not a life that you want to live and feel that way. That's not a choice. We're not choosing that. You choose to get help. You choose to speak out. And then the reality is sometimes we're speaking out to the wrong people. We're confiding in the wrong people. And that's the reality of it. And that goes for family too. That goes for family too. You seek God first, above everything. Then you seek a health professional. And then after that, anybody that you trust and that could possibly have went through it before and they can relate, then that's who you also confide in. That's who you also confide in. But the reality of it is people can't see it. They can't see a mental disorder and how it affects the body unless it's in an extreme form, an extreme case where somebody is physically harming themselves. But for an adult that's just going through their normal day, they can't see it. So they can't relate. They won't be able to believe it. And because they won't believe it, they cannot give you sound advice about you feeling depressed, feeling alone, or any of those emotions. They can't give it to you. So you confide in those that can. And that's, again, God first, above everything, a healthcare professional, and then anybody that possibly could have been through the same thing that you're going through, or that can absolutely relate, that you trust. And that's my response. That's my opinion. Okay. So going up straight on, this next one is not a question, but it was a concern that someone had. and or multiple people had. So I'm basically just kind of gonna have a discussion about the things that I've been discussing with other people. So the concerns or the comments that I've been getting is dealing with generational curses. Why is it that we, especially in the African American community, continue to keep experiencing molestation, physical and mental abuse, rape, and etc. by the hands of family members, uncles, cousins, step-parents, uncles and cousins of step-parents? Why is it that this continues to be an issue generation after generation? And in my opinion, again, I feel it's an issue because people aren't speaking about it. What is awareness? Awareness means you must be aware. And in order for you to be aware, you have to be educated. And the only way you're going to be educated about generational curses is if the people that went through it speak about it. And that's how you stop it. That's how you break the chain. That's how you break those generational curses. Of course, along with prayer, but that's how you break those generational curses. Is you speak about it. We have been taught, as I stated in my previous video, we have been taught, our mothers and fathers, our grandparents, our great-grandparents have all been taught to keep quiet. Molestation or rape happened to you by the hands of a family member? Don't say nothing about that. Don't repeat that. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Don't say nothing. And you know what happens? The next generation experiences it. Why? Because they don't know to be aware of it. They don't know to be aware. They're not aware. It comes to them just like a smack in the face. They're not aware of it. So if we can make sure that we take on the responsibility that when we go through stuff, we tell, we talk about it. We don't hold it inside. We don't hold it inside. We have to let our children know, because now it's our children, that's the next generation, and their children. We have to let them know what happened to us. Because if they know that they're now aware, and they know the signs to be looking for, and to make sure that they don't go down that very same path. Now, mind you, the generations are going to have their own life experiences, trials, tribulations. But it's our duty to make sure that they don't have to go through the exact same thing that we went through. Make sure that they don't have to experience molestation and rape, especially by the hands of family members, because not only are we more cautious about where they're going, who they're around, asking them questions, being upfront. Not only are we doing that, but they are aware. They're making sure of it. And they have confidence that, okay, you know what? I can talk to my mom about this because she's already told me, or my dad. They've already told me that if something like this happens, somebody like this does something, you let me know. I just had to have a conversation with my 10-year-old because of the fact that I was molested at 10 years old. So I just had to have a conversation with my 10-year-old about what I went through. She's old enough now, she can watch these videos herself. I don't want her to get it from just watching the video. I need to be the one to tell it to her myself. So I sat her down and I told her what happened to me. Not in details, of course. You don't have to give details. You don't have to be extremely intricate about everything you're telling them. But they need to be aware. And more than just, don't let nobody touch your private part. That is great. That's wonderful. Especially for a 5-year-old, because they're molesting 5-year-olds and younger. So that's, you tell them that. You tell the 5. But when they're 10, at my child's age, and at the age that I was molested, it's time for you to tell them your story. Let them know what happened to you. Not in detail, but let them know what happened to you so that they can be aware. And you let them know it is okay for you to tell me if anything remotely happens to you like this, because I'm going to take care of it. gives them confidence, that makes them feel safe. And again, it's all about speaking up. We gotta speak up. We cannot hold this stuff in. We hold this stuff in and you become an adult like me. Years and years and years have passed by that you've held all of this stuff in until one day it just blows up in your face or in somebody else's face. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. So you have to make sure that you are getting this stuff out. And you're not just getting it out just for you, but you're getting it out so that you can break those generational curses. You can stop this from happening to our kids. I pray all the time. I pray over my children for God to cover them. I pray that God breaks the generational curses, that my children will not go through everything that my parents and that my grandparents and that my great-grandparents went through. I pray covering over them in every generation thereafter, that we're no longer going to be a victim of generational curses and molestation, rape, and especially by the hands of people that we're supposed to trust and love. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. The buck stops here. The buck stops here for me and my family. I will not allow that to go on. I will not allow me not to speak about what I've been through to cause my two girls to go through the very same thing. I won't do it. And if that means I got to speak out and I got to tell y'all on this YouTube channel every single thing about me, then that's what it is. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to tell every single thing about me and about what I've been through. Because I will not allow it to affect my girls. So again, I didn't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to touch bases on a few of the questions that I receive and comments and concerns that I receive. Guys, I made this channel because God asked me, as far as my calling on this earth, to make sure that I share what I've been through, because it's going to help somebody else. And I know that from the responses, the questions, the comments, the likes, the shares, the subscribing, and anything else that you guys have done, I know that I'm doing the right thing. And I know that there is a need for somebody to continue to speak out about things that we will not talk about, things that we have been trained to be quiet about. On this channel, we're not about to be quiet. We're about to talk about some uncomfortable stuff that people won't talk about, that may cause me to lose subscribers or followers or whatever the case may be. By all means, then it's not for you. Then it's not for you. I am here to help people that want to be helped and that want our next generation to not follow in the same footsteps. That's what I'm here for. So again, please watch the videos, share the videos, comment on the videos, leave me questions under the videos. Follow me on all my social media. All of that stuff will be in the description box. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll know every time that I post a new video, so that you can share. I hope this has blessed somebody and that it helps you to move forward and have a new way of thinking about the questions that I've answered or the concerns that I've answered. So until next time, bye.